Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, and for me it's New Year's Eve. I have a bunch of my little acetate tools which I will hopefully remember to include the video tutorial underneath the video. They're just bamboo skewers, clear duct tape, and they last forever, and they're made of acetate. So I want to do a tree, but I want to do something kind of old-fashioned for my other... Make sure there's no fur on there. I kind of want to put some colors on the bottom and tip them, and if that doesn't work, I'll swipe them. So I'm kind of thinking a layer of paint to start with is a good idea to move other paint. And I have a bunch of Prizm pour colors, and I'm switching to bottles, so I have them in containers that I want to use up. And even though they might not be my first choice for colors, I'm going to use them anyway. This is a Meeden black that I'm going to give myself a nice puddle of. This is some Pink Lady, and it's rather thick. And I'm thinking it's probably more likely going to be a moonscape, moon behind the tree, but I do want to just use all that Pink Lady up. Because like I said, I've got new bottles on the way from Amazon. You can find all kinds of cool stuff on my Amazon link. You can also find a 20% off coupon code for color art underneath the video. Wipe that off and throw that in the bucket. And what do I have next to use? I have Royal Sapphire and a dog hair. And I know these colors are not looking very attractive to me either, so don't sweat it if you're feeling weird about my choices. I expect to be able to do something about it, and I hope I'm right. I'm going to use some Mayan gold. And I'm still praying that I'm not wrong about this. I have some pumpkin spice, which might help. I think I need another spoon, and to not knock my spatula onto the floor. I can't possibly use all this up. And I'm going to be doing my tree in very different colors, or my foliage for my tree in very different colors. And that was my original intention. Put the top back on that since I can't possibly use it all, and there's the top. Now the colors of nature are pretty odd, so if I'm being belligerent and using terrible colors, in my opinion, I'm hoping that we can change that. And I'm still thinking a swipe might work. This is a Royal Galaxy. I don't think I have any purple left in my containers. And I'm going to use a little Fandango. And then I'm going to grab an edge catcher, I believe. I have some other colors that are not Prizm pours, and they're calling to me. I have Ambrosia. That I could use up. Ambrosia is awesome too. Let's just... It's going to be a strange landscape. I might throw a little more black in there. It's tempting to, it's really, really getting very, very tempting to swipe. There's probably more paint than I need. All these Prizm pours are mixed with Vivid Polypore and GAC 800 by Golden. And occasionally, if I want to thin them, I add a little bit of distilled water and or some Floetrol. Turn that over too. I'll try, just for all intents and purposes, to tip this. And I'm going to throw some Chantilly lace in there. I'm looking around to see if there's one more color that I might want. And I'm kind of thinking that the turquoise, any turquoise, especially this water dragon, which is gorgeous, might be the color it would be if it would come out. Maybe it will come out more easily. If I do that. Now, I'm going to tip first. And I left a bottle in my way. Excuse me. Bottle of Meeden. Now this is some slow moving, thick substance, acrylic Prizm pours. And I can take it from one spot and move it down to the other and push it right back on again. So it actually has more control for me at this point. And I'm just going to let everything flow across. I might let it flow up too, because I'm enjoying the control that I have because the paint is so thick. And I don't need it to be a straight line, so I'm just going to take advantage of that too. The colors are looking a lot better. I'm seeing, is that a bubble? Yes, that was a bubble. It's extremely slow moving. I probably could have mixed a little bit of Floetrol and some distilled water in with any of these. And it's still tempting to swipe, but I like the stripes and the striations from not swiping, so that's why I'm tipping. And it's going to be a very surreal scape no matter what I do. Once I get some paint accumulated on the edge catcher, I can take it off and put it back in the composition, or I could add some more paint underneath it to help it flow down, which is always a possibility. But if I use some cell activator, my cell activator now is from Amsterdam. Usually Amsterdam black or white with Aussie Floetrol. Now I kind of want to let that go all the way over and tip it, because it's making some really cool patterns. And I see that run is working well. And then I want to tip it down. I really want to tip it down. I should put that your way. And maybe, just maybe, I'll do a little pull. I did leave a bunch of bottles in my way. I thought I was going to use them immediately. So I have a little bit of Meeden black paint on my spatula still, which actually sells pretty well a lot of times. And it's definitely helping tempt me toward making a decision to swipe some. And I don't have to swipe all. I do have to have more room to spin my canvas though. And what else do I want to do? I want to grab a little bit of my leftover black Meeden. And use a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula, also available on my Amazon link, which is on my link tree, which is under show more under the video. And I'm still not I'm choosing not to use my cell activator yet, but I like what I've got, which is important to me. Alright, so that's my start, and I'm going to use a little bit of whatever is handy. I can always match my bottom. I'm really happy I have GAC 800 by Golden in my paint, which means I don't have to worry too much. And I have paint on my edge catcher, just like so. And if I just apply it to my base, to the bottom of the canvas, I can use all my extra colors without an issue. And they will blend in and camouflage the bottom so it blends with everything else. The paint is so heavy, I know I can also snag a few drops from the edges as they dry. It'll be a while before this dries, honestly. And I've got drips on my Lolify silicone mat, and they're going to finish that process. Now this is supposed to be for a tree up top, and I'm thinking that I better hit it with a torch because I can see a few bubbles. Don't mind that gold strip there. That's perfect, because if I'm going to put a golden colored moon in, and also some of the roots are going to have to come down. Come on, if you're not a bubble, then you've got to go. And you seem like you're not a bubble. I do occasionally like to use my sharp stainless steel tweezers available on my Amazon link to change some patterns. And that's kind of a neat effect, just to make some trails. Maybe right through those little things that that can't make up my mind if they're bubbles or interruptions. Alright, I've got all kinds of bubbles down here, I see. Which, if they're bubbles, you can pop them with a sharp implement. And if they're not, then I can pull them out with my tweezers. So it's time to get busy. And I'm going to use, hopefully I'm going to be okay, some puddles of Chantilly lace and some puddles of Meeden. And I'm just going to start. This is going to be a little odd for me, but that's okay. And I'm dripping on my toe. Okay, we'll take that right off there. Put it right back on there. And I think it's time to turn this around. So you can see it right side up, and I'm going to paint upside down. And I'm going to grab some more Meeden. And I might want to grab some more purple. And for the person standing in the hallway, yes, I'm recording. I'm going to grab some Fandango. And I'm just going to have a good time making puddles. I kind of want there to be more Fandango than almost anything. And I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, so I'm just going to add colors as I see fit. This is the Frozen. And I'm also going to assume that I can pick up colors from one place and put it down in another. And go back again and add more colors. Somebody lost a dog, evidently. I have, what do I have? I have Tuscan Sun. And I'm going to use some more of the, oh good, it is coming out. I'm going to use some more of the Mayan Gold also. I'm thinking I might be tempted very much to start with the purple. And it doesn't matter if somebody is forgetting that I am recording, because it's not always just my house. This is the Royal Sapphire, which is awesome. I'm taking a chance not covering the whole surface because I want to leave some gaps. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm willing to find out the hard way. This canvas, this 18 by 24, has been hanging around, leaning up against a wall in my studio for a month. Time goes fast these days. Now I have Twilight Orchid. I kind of wish I'd mixed up some of the African Violet because that's one of my favorites. So I'm kind of figuring I can put my tree trunk in after. And where's my Mayan Gold? Let's give a little Mayan Gold. Little Mayan Gold. What was I looking at? I was looking at Bonfire, but I've also got Poinsettia and Pink Diamond. And I I see something I want to change down here. Do I really? Yeah, I kind of do. Before it gets any stickier. I think because there's GAC 800 and Floetrol. No, there's no Floetrol. I was going to say the Floetrol levels the paint out, but I'm not sure there is any in most of that, so I won't count on that. Now I'm tempted to go ahead and put some paint out, some cell activator out in my dish in 3 puddles, preferably not on my tweezers. Let's just start with the purple and the largest acetate. I've got 3 minutes. To wind my way around, and it looks like there's going to be plenty of paint, which is cool. I always notice that the tops of trees are a whole lot bigger than the bases. I'm not sure I need any white. I'm liking how the Chantilly lace worked out. I'm not working really hard at getting that cell activator in there, but I think it's going to be okay. I kind of want to try some white before it's too late. And I did shake it up, and that's the Amsterdam. Just winding it around. In this case, I'm just spreading paint out to fill in my foliage area, because I kind of figured there was a good chance it was going to make some cells if I added cell activator. I might not be using enough cell activator. I know that copious amounts of cell activator work much better than, it's not a less is more thing. Let's put it that way. Let's steal a little paint. And of course I can always add a little paint too. I didn't leave myself a lot of spaces, and I kind of like to see what I'm doing, so I might have to turn it around at some point. The white didn't show up a whole lot. I'm not even seeing a whole lot. There we go. I see it over here. So my hypothesis is very correct. More is more. I want all that paint to come right down off of that tool. I am not sure that I can put a trunk in here, but I'm tempted. Kind of wanted to put a moon in first, to tell you the truth. So let me have a quick look if I can move some of these things out of the way. I'm going to tell you guys I do sell my artwork. You can check out my Amazon link for all kinds of stuff, including my 2 books, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities. Not sure if you're still here. Oh, I made that for 2 minutes. Or not. So that's kind of cool, and I'm definitely going to be putting a moon in there. And probably some more white. And some tree branches. And I will see you guys anon. I'm not sure how much time I've got left, but I'm sure I'm not going to be able to be finished. I'm loving the colors.